There were two friends named Mark and Sarah who used to spend a lot of time together. They enjoyed each other's company, shared a lot of interests, and were generally happy to be around each other. However, as time passed, Mark began to procrastinate more and more. He would put off studying for exams until the last minute, delay completing his work projects, and avoid any kind of responsibility that required effort and focus. Inevitably, he would be forced to stay up late or rush to finish everything at the last minute. Sarah noticed that Mark was avoiding her calls and texts, and they started to spend less time together. She was worried about him and tried to reach out to him, but Mark was always too busy or too tired to talk. As Mark's procrastination continued, his grades began to suffer, and he started to feel more anxious and stressed. He found himself avoiding social situations, including spending time with Sarah. He was embarrassed about his grades and didn't want to talk about it with her. He feared that she would judge him or think less of him. One day, Sarah decided to pay Mark a surprise visit at his house. When she arrived, she found him sitting in front of his computer, scrolling through social media and surrounded by empty food containers. "Mark, what's going on?" Sarah asked. Mark looked up, startled, and tried to put on a smile. "Nothing, just taking a break," he said. "Mark, you've been avoiding me and other people for a while now. Is everything okay?" Sarah asked with concern. Mark looked away, feeling ashamed. "I've been procrastinating a lot, and I'm not doing well in school. I feel like a failure," he admitted. Sarah sat next to him and put a hand on his shoulder. "Mark, we all have setbacks and make mistakes, but it's not the end of the world. You can still turn things around, but you need to start taking action." Mark nodded, feeling grateful for Sarah's support. "You're right. I need to stop avoiding my problems and start taking responsibility for my actions. Thank you for being there for me." From that day on, Mark started to make small changes in his life. He started studying regularly, meeting deadlines, and taking care of his physical and mental health. He also spent more time with Sarah, who was happy to see her friend getting back on track. Mark realized that procrastination and avoidance only made things worse, and that facing his problems head-on was the key to overcoming them. He was grateful for Sarah's support